Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We're in Riyadh ahead of 5v5 tomorrow night, live on DAZN and other platforms as well. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Joseph Parker. How are you, Joseph, first of all?
I am very good.
Yeah?
I'm good, yeah. I arrived in this morning and I'm very happy to be here to watch these fights. I can't wait for it.
Obviously, completely different from you being involved. You've been here, fought in Saudi Arabia, and to come here and kind of just experience almost as a fan. You are. I know you're working obviously for DAZN, but as a fan, which I know you are of boxing, to come and watch this 5v5 concept, and you'll know a little bit about the rivalry between Hearn and Warren because you've obviously fought in England and fought many Brits yourself. So, looking forward to that.
You know what? I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm here doing work, like you said, for DAZN, and I am a fan of boxing, and I'm a fan of the heavyweight division. And there's 5 exciting fights, or 6 fights, but there's 5v5. I'm not sure who's going to win, Queensbury or Matchroom. No idea.
Let's talk about the 2 fights that you'll have big interest in. First of all, Deontay Wilder. His first fight back since his defeat to you, and also Zhang. So you're probably the best person placed to give your opinion on how this fight's going to play out. A very split opinion amongst people I'm talking to within the industry, but are you leaning towards one?
I'm leaning towards Wilder. I know Zhang's a very tricky operator, and both guys have big power. Obviously, Zhang dropped me twice, and Wilder did catch me with a few shots, but didn't land clean. But I did feel how much power he had in possessing that right hand, you know. But I feel like with Zhang's, doesn't have the best movement in terms of head movement. He's very tricky in there, but I think with Wilder's, you know, he looks like he means business. Different approach coming into this fight.
You mentioned there about their power, and like I said, you had those moments against Zhang which you recovered from to win the fight. Wilder couldn't do that to you, and Wilder predominantly is known as the hardest puncher there is in the heavyweight division. You know, still, like, if you look at kind of from a one-punch ratio, I suppose he's still up there in that. But how do you kind of compare the 2 in terms of a single shot, first of all?
Well, the only thing I could say is that Zhang just dropped me twice, so I felt that power more than I did with Wilder. But in saying that, though, like, just different. Zhang's power was quite quick, eh? I was like, boom, damn, what am I doing on the floor, you know? And Wilder, we all know he's got that massive punch and massive right hand, but he just has to land it. But he wasn't able to land it against me.
But you believe at some point that Wilder will connect on Zhang and...
We've seen Zhang tire towards the end of the fight, but Wilder has the stamina to go all 12, and I guess with the, you know, if his conditioning isn't the best, he'll slow down, then Wilder can line him up.
Also on the card, a very intriguing contest between Filip Hrgović and Daniel Dubois. Again, a lot of people can't really lean towards one heavily.
Leaning a little bit more towards Hrgović, but can't count out Dubois. He looked pretty good in his last fight and showed a little bit of dog in him when things got hard and tough.
When we look at Hrgović, he's a little bit of an unknown quantity in boxing. He's been around for a little while. I think we've seen snippets of Hrgović. Obviously, he had that fight with Zhang, which some people thought, obviously, that Zhang had beaten him a couple of years ago. But we don't really know the full picture about Filip Hrgović, do we?
We don't know because he hasn't, you know, out of the 2, Dubois has been the more tested. And you just, with Hrgović, yeah, you're right, it's unknown. Like, this will be a fight to tell us who he really is.
5v5, can't wait. There's 5 great matchups on the card, as well as Dimitri Bivol obviously fighting as well. For yourself, Joe, what we're talking about, first of all, a timescale of when we can see you out in the ring next.
Hopefully I can fight in September, hopefully. Or
interesting month, yeah?
Yeah, in September or October, one of them. And I'm not sure who. I think we're just going to see how everything unfolds in the heavyweight division and then see whoever the best opponent is. I'd love to fight anyone in the top 5 or 10.
We know the rumoured cards, obviously, first of all, in September. There's a press conference to announce a London show coming up on the 25th of June to announce that London Wembley card. I know you're not going to tell us too much, but is there a possibility that this could involve yourself?
Oh yeah, there's a possibility I could be on that card. Or I could not be here. But I've...
It's one of the two, yeah?
It's
Joe,
one of the two.
cheers, it's great information.
Strong possibility I could be on that card in England.
We know, by the way, we'll talk about some of your epic videos that you've made. The one you made, there was a few you made, but there's someone in Anthony Joshua that you're very keen to run that back, aren't you? And get that rematch.
I would love to fight Joshua again, rematch him, all white. I'm not sure what he's doing, or Joe Joyce further down the track, but I'd love to run that back. You know, he beat me in 2018 and unified the belts, but we're both totally different fighters now. And we've both had good wins here in Saudi Arabia, so it'd be nice to do it again.
It seems like whatever's going on, you've got great options. Your last 2 wins have been very notable and has put you kind of really, really back in the mix, where you're sitting tight and kind of can wait to see a few fights play out and see what's best for you for your next move.
Yeah, I feel like with the last 2 fights and what I've done in recent times, it's been great for my career and reviving my career, you know, thanks to Andy Lee and George Lockhart, doing great work together. But whatever the case, whenever the fight is, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be, when the fight time comes, bigger, stronger, faster, and more everything good.
Glad to hear it. Joe, excuse me, the last time I saw you was just over a week ago outside the dressing rooms of Tyson Fury. I saw you and I kind of looked at you. I didn't approach you for an interview. You didn't really look like you was in the mood to kind of make comment on Tyson's loss. You find that difficult to watch?
Yeah, listen, when you're very close to someone and someone that you care about, and he's done a lot for me, it was quite hard to watch in that 9th round. You know, I feel like when that fight, it sort of just sealed the deal and made the night that much more epic. Both guys had their moments in the fight, but Usyk had that clear 9th round where he, you know, put it on him and caught Tyson with some good shots. It was quite hard, hard to watch sometimes. I was like saying to his brothers, imagine being a brother or being, you know, like a family member.
Yeah, it was difficult. Listen, regardless, it was a close fight, but the 9th round seemed to be the swear from, obviously, he lost on a split decision, but it seemed to be the 9th round. The crucial 10-8 round seemed to be the difference in there. But Tyson, obviously, now the rematch has been called for December 21st back here in Riyadh. We know that Tyson was always going to do that. Very capable of going in there and beating Usyk, in your opinion, Joe?
Very capable. Yeah. I feel in December he's going to, whatever he's going to do to adjust, or whether it's his training or whatever he needs to do, I know he's going to find a way to get the camp right. Which he had a great camp, but he's going to get the camp even better and come in and take care of business at the end of the year.
Have you spoken to Tyson since that night?
Yeah. We've been communicating and texting, and he's just taking time to enjoy family time, you know, family life. When you're away for training camp and for the fights, you're away for a long time and you miss out on all this time with your family. So I think he's just enjoying that for now.
I mean, we have to realise as well, Tyson's not been in this position as a professional. When I had that draw against Wilder a few years ago, which is probably the nearest he would have had to feeling like he lost on that night, but he didn't. But this is kind of a new feeling for Tyson to kind of wake up on that Sunday morning knowing that you lost the fight, you know, regardless of how you believe whether you won it or not. The record books say that you've lost it, so that's a new thing for Tyson.
It's a new thing, a different feeling, but being the champion that he is, he'll know what to do to come back and put on a good performance, better one, and get the win.
Loved the David Brent video. Are you an Office fan?
I love The Office. I've never seen it, to be honest.
You convinced me you had. Joe's really good about you. Your lip syncing is absolutely incredible, because obviously I thought that you directed and did all this, but you've got a team of people that actually put all this together. What?
One man. One guy films it all, puts it all together, comes up with the ideas. Kerry Russell, he's very good.
But you're lip syncing with something that you're not really that familiar with. Then I'm assuming in that scene, because I watched The Office. I'm a big fan of The Office. So it was, and the guy to your left, who played Gareth. He was absolute. Did he know what he was doing? Because that seemed perfectly put in. He was.
Yeah.
But it was all done kind of.
The guy, Kerry Russell, is, I call him like the magic man, you know? Whatever he says, he goes, Joe, would you like to do this? I say, Kerry, if you say it's good, let's do it.
That's a great call. That I think that was probably your best one. I think for people that are obviously fans of The Office. If you don't know The Office, then obviously it's not the same. But that was The Office is brilliant.
I will watch it one day.
The UK version, not the American version.
The UK version, I will watch it one day.
Okay. Joseph Parker, thank you very much for talking to IFLTV. Have you got anything else you'd like to add before we finish?
Shout out to my mum. Love you, mum. And thanks to everyone for their support. And I'm looking forward to the next fight.
Joseph Parker, we'll look forward to 5v5 tomorrow here in Riyadh. Thank you very much.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.